A couple weeks ago, the news broke that the Biden administration was forced, as they said, to move forward with auctioning off parts of the Gulf of Mexico for oil and gas exploitation. Now, they claimed, and I did a video on it reiterating their claim, that they were forced to do this because a judge ruled they could not stop the auction, and this was a decision put in place by the Trump administration years ago. They're bound by that. The court says you cannot stop it. You have to move forward with the auction, and they did. But they said they didn't want to. They're going to appeal the decision, and I talked about that in the video. I defended them and explained that their hands were tied. There was nothing they could have done to stop this. New revelations out this week have proven that I was wrong. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off not because I was wrong, but it pisses me off because I actually defended these assholes. I defended this administration, and now I found out that they were lying to me, they were lying to you, they were lying to all of us because their own U.S. Department of Justice had issued a memo to them prior to their announcement saying you do not have to move forward with this auction. You don't. All this said, this ruling, was that you couldn't stop it. Didn't say you couldn't move it. Didn't say you couldn't postpone it. Didn't say you couldn't change the terms of it. All it said was you couldn't stop it forever. That is what the DOJ memo says, according to The Guardian. So the administration did have a choice. They could have immediately, as the DOJ also points out, called for an injunction pending appeal. To put it another way, their hands were not tied. Not tied at all. Not even close to being tied. And their own Department of Justice had told them that, but still, Jen Psaki, White House press secretary, came out at that little podium, lied to our faces and said, we have no choice. We can't do anything about it. I even went as far in my video as to attack other people who had said, oh, they're auctioning off, they're breaking a promise. And I went after them. Now I look like the asshole. And I apologize to any of the personalities or media outlets that I called out for getting this story wrong, because apparently at the end of the day, you had it right and I had it wrong. It's just we didn't know that at the time. This infuriates me. I could care less about being wrong about this issue, honestly. Right? That doesn't bug me. I'm a human being. Sometimes we all get things wrong. I'm not even that mad that I defended this administration when I shouldn't have. What angers me is that we're going to kill the Gulf of Mexico for our endless quest for oil. And this administration is perfectly fine with that. I live not far from the Gulf of Mexico. If I had a better arm, I'm literally a stone's throw away from it. When the BP Deepwater Horizon oil spill happened here in the Gulf of Mexico, I went to work every day for months. Every time I stepped outside of my home and I could smell it. It was in the air. It burned your nose, not just the oil, but the core exit that they were pouring on top of it, these harsh chemicals. I went out there on the beach, did reporting for several environmental blogs, taking pictures of the tar balls and the tar mats that were washing up every single day. I lived through that. I was there. I was at the TV studio literally every single day while the oil was spewing out of that broken pipe at the bottom of the Gulf bed with Mike Papantonio going on TV every single day. On Ed Schultz's show, almost all of them, because he was one of the few people devoting his entire thing to this disaster, this catastrophe that was taking place. And I don't want to see another one of those. That's my big concern. I don't want to see this planet continue burning fossil fuels when we know that's dooming us in the future. That's what really pisses me off. I could care less about being wrong. Couldn't care less about being wrong. What I'm pissed off about is the fact that this administration is going back on their promise like everybody else had said at the time. They did lie to our faces, and they're killing the planet in the process.